It has been nearly a week since the death of an infant killed in West New York by a distracted shuttle bus driver. Apparently things haven't changed. The Record's John Chakowski and a photographer rode on some New Jersey jitneys after the fatal accident and recorded drivers still using cell phones behind the wheel.
Well, you know, like the driver whose bus killed the little girl, 4 of the drivers we drove with used handheld cell phones. They say it's only for dispatching, but holding money in one hand and a phone in the other hand while you're steering a bus with 25 passengers, that's a pretty serious offense.
Now, this all comes as friends and family said goodbye to Angeli Paredes, the baby girl killed in the West New York accident. Today, hundreds of people came to the Banieri Funeral Home in North Bergen to pay their final respects. She was killed Tuesday when a bus driver, as we mentioned, on his cell phone, hit a light pole, causing it to fall onto her stroller. Angeli was then buried at the Fairview Mausoleum. In addition to the attention the tragedy has brought to distracted bus drivers, it also has people wondering just how thoroughly these shuttle buses are being inspected. FiOS 1's Christy Duffy has that side of the story.
The bus operator allegedly involved in last week's crash that killed an infant has been served with nearly 170 federal violations in just the last 2 years. Expert Scott Turner says the company's report is among the worst he's ever reviewed.
They're not doing things the right way.
The New Jersey Motor Vehicles Commission tells FiOS 1 News the bus operator was a company named Galaxy Towers, despite the Sphinx name on the side of the bus. Federal authorities have intervened and investigated the company 5 times in the past 5.5 years.
A 100 means that they're doing everything really bad.
Galaxy came close to 100 in 3 major categories.
And looking at this one here, it's not good. It's a bad report.
The company has more than a dozen violations that are designed to fight driver fatigue and over a dozen more for driver fitness, including a driver with an improper license. While they have nearly 140 violations for vehicle maintenance. All of these violations are from just the last 2 years. The most recent intervention into the company's operations was last month. It was just last week when the bus careened into 4 cars and a light pole, which then toppled onto a baby stroller. The 8-month-old infant was killed. Investigators believe the driver was on his phone when he lost control. He also had 3 warrants out for his arrest and a number of traffic violations.
That should in and of itself really disqualify him as a driver.
The bus operator has not responded to repeated requests for comment on how much they knew about the driver's record, but they're required to check it out at least once a year.
The employer either knew about it or they would have been required to know about it.
In West New York, Christy Duffy, FiOS 1 News.